Sam de Lange from the University of Guelph and Lisa Marie Bissonnette, an OCAD University student here in Ontario. Join me now. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
You are the national winner, Sam, and Lisa Marie, the Ontario winner in the 12th annual First Art Invitational Student Art Competition. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hundreds of people were competing, were they not?
It was every school, post-secondary art school in Canada is allowed to submit 3 students, so
I
quite a
got
few.
to about 272 that were entering. Let's take a look first, Lisa Marie, at your provincial winning piece of art, and you can tell us a little bit about it. What kind of artist are you?
I'm a sculptor, but I work in, I guess, mixed media installation, mostly assemblage. But I don't really pigeonhole myself into any one sort of media. I tend to work across. I came from a painting background as well, so definitely with this piece. But in a lot of my work, my painting background influences me as well.
So tell me, now I'm trying to get close to it myself, even looking, because that's the whole point, right? And it's in the eye of the beholder. But what were you hoping to express from this?
So this piece is actually a blanket that I purchased from IKEA. And it's digitally printed with a painting that I created in Corel Painter. So then I display it on towel racks, hanging on the wall at eye level. So a lot of my work kind of comes from taking objects that we're familiar with and getting them to express themselves in unexpected ways. So with this piece, I was basically aiming to combine the idea of bodily staining and use that you would technically get with a blanket or a fabric object in your home, and kind of combining it with the canons of traditional abstract painting like you would see from an artist like Frankenthaler or even Rothko. So it's this kind of interesting juxtaposition of beauty and the abject. So that's kind of where my ideas were coming from with this piece.
And now, Sam, let's take a look at your piece of work again. You're at the University of Guelph. Oh, wow. Is that, what medium is that?
Well, I call myself a photographer, but I think I'm kind of working with I work a lot with photographic processes. So this piece here was actually created using a really old type of Polaroid film. So back in the pre-digital technology days, Polaroid was kind of how people used to get their instant prints, and this specific type of Polaroid was a peel-apart Polaroid. So you peel it apart, and then on one side you have a print, on the other side you have a negative. But because this is so old, the chemistry doesn't really fix the image anymore, so the image kind of continually develops and evolves until it sort of exhausts itself and fixes into this sort of abstract composition.
How did you hear you won? Was there a big celebration? Did you get a phone call? What happened?
Yeah, it was a phone call. I was working in the photo lab at the U of G, and I'd never pick up my phone when I'm working in the darkroom or anything, but for some reason I did, and got the big news, and I wasn't sure, that it was real, but I was working with someone else, and he verified it. Because I guess usually they send an email out, and I was expecting an email kind of right away, but it took a week, so I wasn't quite sure if it was kind of a daydream or what was happening.
Yeah, it's the truth. What about you, Lisa Marie?
I was actually in a rush. I was on my way somewhere, and I forget where. I think I was meeting up with my parents for lunch. So I was getting all my stuff together, and my phone rang. And usually, again, I don't usually answer my phone when it's a number I don't know, because half the time it's that
telemarketer.
Yeah, just want a free cruise.
Yeah.
So I was expecting that sort of excitement of winning a free cruise, and I answered my phone for some reason, even though I was super harried and in a rush. And I was just, I was incredulous. I was like, oh my God, is this for real? And I think if you ask Dawn, who was the one who makes the phone call, I probably sounded like I didn't believe her.
What a fun job that would be. Just calling people, telling people they won stuff. For real. Well, both pieces of art will be on display at the Museum of Contemporary Canadian Art until October the 26th. Sam Lange from the University of Guelph, Lisa Marie Bissonnette from OCAD University, and they are the winner of the 12th annual First Art Invitational Student Art Competition, National and Provincial. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah.